Nehemiah, and so Nehemiah's come back, and he's ready to build. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth and took great indignation and mocked the Jews. So he's really, him and his people. Remember when they usually say one person's name, they're meaning that there's more than one person. He spake before his brethren and the army of Samaria and said, what do these feeble, notice how he calls them, what do these feeble Jews, will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? He's saying if they don't build it in a day, we can destroy it, because they're just a few ragtag fugitives that just come back. Will they revive the stones out of the heaps of rubbish which are burned? Where are they going to get the stuff to do this? Because most of the city's burned. Think of how places like Berlin and that looked after World War II, and that's what I kind of picture is Jerusalem, where there's just heaps of broken rubble and things like that all around, and the wall, there's no wall there. So he's saying they think they'll do this. Well, I think different. And Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall break down their wall, their stone wall. Basically saying they can't build anything that's going to be of any worth. Even a fox could go and break it down. Hear, O our God. Hear, O our God, for we are despised, and turn their reproach upon their own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity. Uncover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before thee. For they have provoked thee to anger before the builders. So built we the wall, and all the wall that was joined together into the half thereof, for the people had a mind to work. I love this. First he praised the Lord, and he tells them the situation. These people don't want us to do this, but can you hear us out and help us? For we're doing a work for thy people. And the people had a mind to work, and I love that. If we look at it in our callings and things in the ward, do we have a mind to work? Are we going forth and doing those things that we are asked? Are we doing our ministering? Are we helping each other out? And do we have that mind to work? But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the walls of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were wroth. They're going, wait, this isn't going to happen. We're not going to let, because this is a symbol that things are returning, and that Israel is going to take their place again. And they don't like that. And conspired all of them together to come and fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto God. I love the fact that they made their prayer unto their God, and set a watch against them day and night because of them. So they always had somebody watching. And Judah said, the strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. They're saying a few things. First, they're saying it's not good stuff. We don't have anything to work with. It's very good. it's just rubbish. And our adversaries said, they shall not know, neither see, till we come in the midst of among them and slay them and cause the work to cease. They're saying, how are we going to do this? Because as soon as we start to get to work, they're going to come upon us. And it came to pass when the Jews which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, from all places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you. In other words, if we start building, they're going to attack then. Therefore I set in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places I even set people after their families with their swords and spears and their bows. So he's set people to watch them as they worked. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles and to the rulers of the rest of the people, be not afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible. And when we say terrible, I think that's important. Revered. Remember, we talked about feared before. Fearing the Lord and how it's more like love. Deep love, and I think in this way it's that reverence towards God. And fight for your brethren, your sons, your daughters, and your wives, and your houses. So he's saying, remember the Lord, first of all, and be there to fight for your brethren, your wives, and your daughters, in your houses, and your houses. This is our place. We need to do this. It sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Captain Moroni and his banner of liberty. And it came to pass that our enemies heard it. When our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God had brought their counsel to naught, that we returned all of us to the wall, every one unto his work. And it came to pass that from that time forth, that half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both spears and shields and bows. And the harbingers, which is kind of their leather armor, I believe, and the rulers were behind all the house of Judah. They which builded the wall, and they that bare burdens, which with those that laded every one with one of his hands wrought in the work, and the other hand held a weapon. So everybody, it was doing something. Either they're building or they were protecting, and then they'll swap. For the builders, everyone had his sword girded by his side, and so builded. So even the ones that are building have their weapons. So the people watching are there. If anything happens, we'll read that actually. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me. And I said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, the work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one from another. So if you're going to build a wall, you're not going to all be in one location. You're going to have a lot of people throughout, and it's not a small place. So it's a big project. In what place, therefore, ye hear the sound of the trumpet, resort thither unto us, our God shall fight for us. He's saying if there's a warning, stop what you're doing, get together, and rely on the Lord. So we labored in the work, and half of them held spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. Likewise at the same time said I unto the people, let every one with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be guarded to us, may be a guard to us, and labor on the day. So neither I, nor my brethren, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard which followed me, none of us put off our clothes, saving that everyone put them off for washing. So they just, all night long, they were prepared for anything anybody would do, and day as well. So this is quite a feat that they're doing, I think.